What's happening today, brother? Thank you for coming in, man. Thank you.
Listen, I appreciate you having me, man. This is exciting to be here. I'm glad to be on the show.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, I got a couple questions today. We're gonna hang out, smoke a little bit, shoot the shit. You know how it is.
Yeah, get high.
Yeah, hell yeah,
And how we talking?
hell yeah. Well, let's get into it, man. So, first question of the day: what got you inspired to start the To Be Blunt podcast?
Oh man. I've always had a love for radio shows. Okay. So like I grew up listening to all the classics. I was a big like Howard Stern guy back in the day and shit. Like, and I've always just
Okay.
wanted my dream was to have my own morning radio show. I had gone to school for broadcasting. I learned how to do all that shit. I was a radio DJ in Connecticut for a few years. And then they had like a big round of layoffs for Clear Channel one time. And then I was like, all right, there's just radio don't pay the bills. Right now. If anyone's ever considered radio as a dream job, newsflash, they don't pay shit. So I had a normal 9 to 5 that I was doing real good. So I was like, fuck, I can't justify this. So once I did that for a little while, I was like, and then quarantine came, like COVID, and I was like, fuck, my ADHD needs a new fucking hobby. This is like, I need something to do. I need something to hyper focus on. And for me, like, this is the perfect time to start a show. You know what I mean? To do, because everybody's streaming online. No one's got anything better to fucking do. So this was it. And so I started To Be Blunt, and that's where it all came from.
Okay. Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So how do you maintain your creativity when it comes to content ideas while maintaining the authenticity in your content amidst the rapidly evolving cannabis industry? Jesus. Sorry.
Damn, man. What, you got a Q&A paper in front of you over there?
Yeah, well, so like I'll be watching you guys' shows, right? And if I'm like just sitting there watching it, all of a sudden a question pops in, I'll be like, oh, I bet I gotta write that down,
That's
So
honestly
hopefully,
a smart plan. That's a
well,
smart plan.
yeah, because hopefully later on in the day, like I could get you all to come on the show, and then I can ask these questions live and stuff.
Smart. Well, here we are. Look at that. Can you repeat the question though now? Because I brain farted and interrupted you.
So, all right. So, how do you maintain creativity when it comes to content ideas while maintaining your authenticity in the content amidst the rapidly evolving cannabis industry?
Man, that is a good question. Because you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I've been doing this show for 5 years now. And sometimes you think after, a few years, it gets hard. You start thinking about how do I keep it fresh? What am I going to do different? How do I bring in different guests? How am I going to keep the content fresh? And honestly, it comes down to two things. The one thing I can tell you to always keep the content fresh is I am unapologetically myself, 100%. And that is why the show is called To Be Blunt. Like this is what you're getting 24/7. This is me. So one, I always had to be true to myself. I had to be myself. I couldn't like try to be someone or act a certain way when the camera's on. Like this is me. So that was one thing. And two, you just got to keep up with the trends, man. Like you just got to keep track of what's happening. Like you got to look around and see, when you're doing certain gimmicks, certain segments, certain whatever. Because like like I said, we're more like a radio show. So there's bits, there's segments. We do all kinds of like fun stuff, parodies and shit. You just got to go with the flow. You got to see what's popular. You know what I mean? So like sometimes there's a big news story, like, or there was like if you remember like beginning of the year, I think it was, they had that big like boat fight. You remember the big boat fight?
Oh yeah. I remember that.
That was a big like hype. Everyone was like, went viral for like a fucking week, and everyone was making all the parodies. And I went ahead and said we had to do something with this, and I did some shit like that, and then that went crazy. And like during the election, I had a guy come in who back in the day when it was like Trump originally was going against Hillary. And I had, a Trump impersonator call in, and he would call in and we'd like be cracking weed jokes with Trump and shit like that. Like it's always just about staying relevant. You know what I mean? If you're not relevant and you're not keeping up with the trends, then you're going to eventually fall off. It's hard because if you don't, you really do. Because you can go on here like, what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to do my show. I'm going to interview these people. If you're not interviewing the right people, if you're not doing the right shit, it's not going to take off. You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. My opinion.
100%. I feel it. So what's a memorable technical mishap that you've encountered while recording? Like, you ever have an audio issue? You know,
Bro, bro, I have been doing a live show for 5 years straight. There's not a 52 weeks of the year, live shows.
yeah.
Do you know how many times I've come on the air after doing a full sound check beforehand and with my guests or whatever? Everything sounds great, beautiful. We hit go live on fucking StreamYard, and all of a sudden, no audio. Audience can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
There's a fucking echo. It's a million different things of what it could be. It happens all the time. It is live, and when you are live, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm. And so, how do you remember, if you remember those situations, how do you remember handling it? Like during the moment where like you're live, ain't nobody hear you, you're fuck.
First of all,
and that shit, retry it or just work through it.
No, I see a lot of people in this fucking chat right now that have been part of the show when shit's gone down. Anyone who knows me knows I go into a pure panic. Like I like once shit doesn't go smooth for me, the littlest inconvenience sets me the fuck off. And all of a sudden, like, oh fuck, this isn't working. Restart the fucking computer, kick the fucking thing off the shelf.
Fucking flipping tables.
That's it. We're gonna start the whole thing over. No, I mean, when you're live, there's one saying, no matter what in show business, and that is the show must go on. So you got to find a way around it. But let me tell you, I am not one of those guys that's calm and cool and collective when it comes to getting this going down. I happen to freak out. I don't do well with it. But thankfully, my background is tech. So like that's like my 9-to-5 job. So like for me, when those things do happen, even though I might have a minor meltdown, I know how to fix them. It's just the whole inconvenience of the factor that gets me worked up sometimes. Mental health's a bitch. What do you want me to say?
I love it. So how do you balance entertainment and education with your content?
Ooh, that's a good one. You know what it is for me? It's very easy for me to be the guy that doesn't know anything. This is going to sound weird coming out, right? So for me, I love to teach people. So when I do education on my show, what I like to do is, play the guy who doesn't know shit. So when I'm asking questions, when I have a guest on who might be way more technically, knowledgeable when it comes to, say, growing or something like that, I like to ask in the perspective of a guy who doesn't know a fucking thing. You know what I mean? So it's funny because I'm like, oh, like I don't know what the fuck this guy do. You can put worms on top of your fucking shit. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I know I'm reaching out to the stoners who are watching and I go, oh, yeah, what the fuck? This guy's putting worms in his fucking soil. And then the guy comes back and answers, and all of a sudden you're learning a whole bunch of shit about top dressing and worm castings and all this shit that people may not have never grown soil before are learning about. And that's like the whole thing about it is I'd like to make the content and education shit funny at the same time because we are a comedy show at the base of it. It's really about finding the balance and being the guy who literally doesn't know shit people can relate to. You know what I mean? So this is my first indoor grow. This step behind me is my first one. I've only grown outdoors before this. So I honestly am learning as I go. I am it may come off like I don't know shit. I'm not just pretending though. I really don't know shit. So it works out, honestly.
Okay.
Say, but if it does.
So speaking of your grow, what you got going on back there?
Oh, so right back here is my like I said, first indoor grow. I'm growing 3 plants in a 2x4. Right. I have 3 different genetics from 3 different people. Now, people are going to say, you're fucking crazy for doing that your first indoor run. Yes, I know. I've heard it a million times. It was a bitch. But I'll tell you what, in doing this way, I learned so much about the vegetative state of the grow cycle. We're doing it. So let me hit this real quick.
Do it. Man, I gotta get me one of those things. This thing's so
dude. This is still spinning. It's still spinning. Riding spinners. I'm riding spinners. You know what I mean? This is the coolest carb cap I've ever had, and I've had the joysticks and all the different ones. And that's
a fucking spinner, bro. That's so cool.
Again, if you got ADHD or anything like that, this is great. That shit. Like you just all day. I just spin this fucking thing.
I don't know. Yeah, thinking about it, that might be dangerous. I might smoke all my dabs.
That's
I
okay
might
though.
be
It's for the
prone.
four.
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
mean,
but you're
that's the
supposed to
whole
make it
point.
last, you know?
No, no,
No.
there's no time and room for that shit, dude. We don't make things last year. You know,
You're
you
right.
gotta
You're
smoke
right.
it. Let me get back to your question though. So right now in the tent, I got 3 plants. I got the purple milk, I'm
Mm.
growing, and I'm growing a black maple 22, and the last one is the king's juice that I have. And so I've had the 2 plants, the purple milk and the black maple were clones I got from a buddy. And then a couple of weeks into the grow, I had another close friend of mine who's like this big, he's like a big breeder guy. And he's like, "Oh, I got this king's juice. You should take it from me." He's like, "I'll throw it in your tent. It'd be great. You know, it'll go great. It's like the same size as your other plants." And I'm like, "This seems cool. Awesome. I'll try this. I'll add another one. What's 2? I want 3. I want to smoke more anyways. You know, to me, I'm thinking 2 plants ain't enough anyways."
Mm.
When I got this plant, bro, it was a plant. It wasn't a fucking clone. Right. So my plants are like this, the clones are this tall. This thing comes in like this.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, fuck, how am I gonna do this? Like these are never gonna catch up. So what
Right.
now it taught me I had to learn how to fucking stress out my plant. I had to learn how to bend that shit. I had to learn how to use my bud clips that I got. You know what I mean? And I took that big plant, I literally bent that bitch over. Bam. All I
All
did
the way. Yeah, let's
right
go.
in the middle of the plant. I went poop. Right, so it's
Hell
done
yeah.
for the rest of them. And I was like, I fucking killed this thing. There's no fucking way this thing survives. And then in a couple of weeks, I noticed all the fucking leaves that were on the side started pointing, now they're up. And I'm like, well, now wait a fucking second. You know, then
Yeah.
the people started getting taller than the other one. So now I'm stretching that bitch out. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm learning so much about this shit. To the point that now I scrogged my tent, which I'd never done before, which let me tell you, that was stressful. That was fucking stressful. If no one's ever scrogged before and they're like, tuck out your shit under the net, I'm like, the fuck you mean tuck that shit? This isn't fucking
Always be tucking.
version, bro. I'm not nipping tucking in here. What the fuck you mean? These are big and beautiful. You want me to bend them over and ruin them again?
They come back so much better, though.
Oh my God, dude, I had no
Yeah.
clue. No clue. And now I have this nice fucking flat, even canopy. I literally just flipped to flower Thursday night. So
Oh,
now
yeah.
I'm running to the 12 cycle and things are going to start. And let me tell you, it's been a crazy, crazy experience.
Hell yeah. What kind of light you running?
So I have the Evo 3 AC Infinity light. I got the whole kit from ACI, but I actually just took the upgraded light.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so I got this. That's what I'm running. But I also now have a 4x4 tank kit, and that's got the Evo 6 light. So I haven't set that up yet. But once this run's done, I'm going to turn this one into my veg tent. And then I'm going to have the 4x4 as my flower tent.
That's what I'm talking about. There
Yeah.
you go.
So
There you go.
now
Now you're cooking. Yeah.
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 And I'm like, wait a second. You mean I could shorten the cycle time by running veg and flower? I'm like, this is so smart. Why did I not think about this before? And now it's just like it just keeps growing and growing and growing. I don't know how this is ever gonna stop. I'm fucked. I'm addicted.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
Problem.
I
That's
know
the problem.
all you guys like. I know everybody loves this shit now. Like I get it. I get it totally.
It definitely turns into an addiction. It's especially when we start popping seeds. Oh my God.
Oh,
That's so
dude.
dangerous.
And
So
I just
dangerous.
got all these seeds sent to me from Romulan. They just hooked me up with a bunch of their genetics. We had Jake on from the show, and they're all seed packs. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to pop these things.
Oh, yeah.
I got my can back here ready to go. Don's probably begging. I can't wait. He's like, when's Peezy finally going to pop a seed in the can? I know what he's thinking. He's watching the show now. He's like, that motherfucker has had my thing on display for like 6 months and has not used it yet. I love Don. But like, straight up, I'm going to be like all over this stuff. I can't wait. I'm so fucking pumped.
The fucking can kills it, bro. I literally, as soon as I got me one, threw away my shot. Well, I didn't throw away my shot glasses. I just used my shot glasses what they were intended for now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how I used to float all my seeds. That's how I germinated in a shot glass. That was my whole thing. That's exactly what I used to do. That was my method. And now I'm going to be sticking them in the can.
Hell yeah. 100%,
you know what I mean?
Sorry about that. All right.
That's okay.
So, can you share a surprising lesson you've learned about the audience engagement since you started your podcast?
A surprising lesson about my that's a good fucking question, man. They love to see me choke. Every time I start coughing up a storm on the show, like the people love that shit. I don't know. What I've learned about audience engagement is this. All right, you have no engagement without community. Right? So you can have a fire show. You can have great quality, great audio, 4K fucking video, the whole 9 yards. And that shit is not going to matter if you don't have the community behind you, right? And if you're not part of that community, if you're not just out here, if you're just posting, you're not liking, you're not contributing, you're not, hanging out at other people's shows, you're not showing the love back that they show you when they come to your show every fucking week, you know what I mean? That you're never going to go nowhere. And that's the honest truth. I've seen it a million times. So like for me, it's always important to make sure that like I'm showing love back. I'm hitting up this show. I'm DMing this dude and thanking him for maybe leaving me a fucking comment telling me how I did something wrong on my grow or some shit. Like I love to be involved. I join all the discords. I get in there and I'm honestly a people person. I just love bullshitting with everybody. So like for me, that's the whole thing. You got to build community. Without community, you're not going to have engagement. And you can't build a community by posting content. You actually have to be present, active, and supporting. And if you do that, you never know. You can make a lot of good friends on the way too. Because now I got so many homies in the game here on IG that I wish I could have seen in Vegas. I'm mad I didn't get to go, but like I just
next year though, bro.
Next year, I know next year, but like these are things I'm excited to do now. Because now I've made friends more than just the community. So like this, like it's all upward, but you have to put in the work. You can't just sit around and do nothing but focus on yourself, because that's not going to work.
Hell yeah. That kind of answered the second question. So
cool.
All right. So what's the funniest or most unexpected thing that's happened to you while recording an episode?
Oh man. What's really crazy to me, that and the things that are happening to me that are surprising is when I'm talking about somebody and they just call in. This is the one thing that stands out on the show is I have a radio show, so I do call-ins.
Oh yeah.
And I love it. I love, to me, is like when I'm talking about someone or like an event I went to, or a convo I was having with somebody, and then they call in, and that to me is always so surprising. Like I was talking about a cannabis tour growth facility I did on Thursday. And I was talking about the tour. I was talking about the experience. And the owner of the company ended up calling into the show. He was watching. I just met him that day. You know what I mean? And so like that was crazy. And then he calls into the show. Next thing you know, inviting me to his Christmas party and shit. Like, those kind of things are nuts. That's how you make experiences. That's how these things happen. If you've never seen any of my old episodes with like the Aunt Nancy saga, and I know I've seen a lot of comments about that. If you don't know about this, it was like this 3-month-long storyline we had going on the show. Who is Aunt Nancy? A big thing, which led to a full-on seance we did on the show, like a full-fledged seance. It was a crazy 3-month thing. Don will tell you. Anyone who was part of it knows. Not even said Aunt Nancy. I see them in the comments.
Hey.
Dude, it was like that kind of shit. The reaction you get from that is surprising too, because when you go out of your way to do these outlandish segments and parodies and reenactments of shit, and you get that response, people are like, holy fucking shit, this guy's going all in.
Yeah.
That and the call-ins are like my favorite thing about it. That's my most surprising. When I get someone I haven't talked to in a long time, or has been watching the show for 3 years and has never called in, or then they call in randomly, first time caller, long time listener, one of those things, that always surprises me too. I love that shit.
Oh yeah. No, I love your show, bro. That is probably one of the coolest things. The call in and everything.
Yeah.
I literally got that whole radio show vibe and everything.
I told you, it's my goal. My dream was to have a morning radio show, and I treat Tubi Blunt like one. I don't really think it's a podcast. I don't call it a podcast anymore even. I used to, but it's not. It's not what it is. It's literally it's a show. It's a show. Yeah. And I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that.
Fucking killing it, dude. I love it.
Thank you.
So what is speaking about the guests? What is your most memorable? Holy shit! Sorry, memorable surprise guest experience on the podcast? Yeah.
Does that have to be like a surprise guest, or can it be just like a moment that was surprising on the
I
show?
I works too. That works
All
too.
right. I'd say the most surprising moment of what I've ever had with a guest was the first time I had Astro on. And we ended up getting to this really fucking like deep convo. Like we went deep when he was on, and like, it got a little emotional there. And I was like, holy shit, I'm like this is something else. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody on the show and had a convo like that where like it literally got emotional. Like we got deep into some shit. And honestly, that was like the most surprising because everybody knows Astro. If you watch Church of Astro or any of his lives, like it's a very lively dude. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
yeah.
like to have this convo that like really dug into his past and how he came up and what he went through to get to where he is today, and that whole thing and how emotional the whole thing got was honestly today not only surprising, but like my favorite interview I've ever done was Astro Part 1. 100%.
Oh yeah, no, he's a cool ass dude. It was awesome hanging out with him in at MJ, bro.
Yeah, he is.
Definitely got to be there.
He's so cool. I love that guy.
Hey, Frankie's, what's up, bro?
What up, Frankies?
Yeah, we got a bunch of people in chat today,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, we do.
Hell yeah. Get some shout outs.
Hey,
My
the
favorite.
Crippled Cannabis Cowboy Adam. What up, dude?
Hell yeah.
He calls in every fucking week, man. That never fails.
Every week? Hell yeah.
Every week, the Crippled Cannabis Cowboy. He's fuck. I love that dude.
Hell yeah. Got Monkey Man, Double A, Frankie's, Levels. What's up, y'all? Saul Bunyan. Dang, we got hella people up
Ace
in
in the
here.
house. Saul's in here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anakin. Sheesh. What up, everybody? What up?
What's up, everybody?
So, if you can smoke with any celebrity, this is just a fun one, or any historical figure, who would it be and why?
This is an easy one for me. I've always just wanted to smoke with Snoop because I want to see if I can keep up with him. I want to know if I'm really the connoisseur I think I am, and whoever is smoking with that fucking guy. Because you hear the stories of all the celebrities who try to smoke with him, and like, oh, Snoop's on another level, and I'm like, you know what? I want to find out if that's true. I want to know.
I believe it.
Wiz also a big time. So I was like, between those two, if I can keep up with any one of them, I'll consider myself successful. That right?
Yeah, bro. I believe that you could probably keep up with him. You smoke more dabs than anything, and from my understanding, the man only smokes flower, so you'd be able to smoke a lot more.
Dabs is a new thing for me, man. I mean, within the last couple of years, I started smoking dabs. I was always a flower guy. Like that was always my thing. But now I've had, once I got E-rigs, I started with the Dr. Dab or Boost Evo, which I loved. And I still have that bitch sitting back here on my display case. I love that thing. And now I got the bomb one too. And I'm just like, oh, man. And I love it because you know what it is? I got kids, and it's the quickest way to get to where you got to go. Oh, daddy's got to run to the bathroom real quick. Close the door, pop the window, drop a deuce, and spin this fucking thing out. Straight up, real talk, yo. If you're a parent, you only get like a couple minutes before they come knocking on the door trying to get in too. They don't fuck around. They don't care if you shitting or fucking pissing. My kid will kick the door in, walk in like, Daddy, I want a hug. My pants are down. I'm trying to drop a deuce. Please come back in like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes, something. Give me some space. Daddy's trying to move.
I fucking love it, dude.
It's real talk, though. That's what it's like.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Oh, Double A got his bundle. There you go.
Let's go.
There you go. Prize bundles is what it is.
Oh, you gotta let me know how it goes, bro.
Say that 420 Bud says I kept up with Snoop. I want to know how. Do you smoke with him? Because I need to know how that went.
Bro, there's one person that Snoop Dogg openly admits can outsmoke him any day of the week, and it's fucking Willie Nelson. That is the person I wanted to smoke with. I want to smoke with Willie. That would be
I
sick as
don't
fuck.
know. Is he being honest or is he just trying to say that to show respect? You know what I mean? Like, he's a legend.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It could be just like a tip of the hat type thing, you know.
I don't see Willie smoking out like that anymore. Fucking dude's old as shit, you know? One hit, he's probably definitely coughing his brains out, no matter what it is at this point. His lungs are just like, I can't take anymore. Willie, stop. So I imagine it is at that age, you know? You just keep pushing through, you keep trucking, fuck it. We're not quitters, God damn it.
Fuck no. All right. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted with the
chat. Chat's popping right now, by the way, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Chat's popping right now. No, he said no real talk. Say that for 20 bucks. How does this guy? He must have smoked with Snoop. I want to know the story. I gotta know. That growing goat says he wants to smoke with his 7th grade teacher. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's goals right there, bro.
I can't imagine, bro.
Why the 7th grade of all the grades? Like, what was the significance of that? I want to know.
You still think I deserve that F, Mrs. Jenkins? Huh?
Come on, Miss Jenkins.
Come on.
The double O, I love the turf spinner, bro. This thing's amazing. I spin it even when I'm not smoking it. It's just like a fidget thing now. You know? Is that it's better than hitting the vape every 2 seconds, I guess.
Oh, yes. Your grow.
My grow.
What do you feed? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Back to the grow. Great. So I'm running, and I know not a lot of people are using these things these days. I heard, but so I'm running the 4 Flex line right now.
Okay.
They're kind of a newish company. Not like haven't been around as long as other people, and they're a powder based nutrient. So for cocoa. So you don't get liquid, it's powders. You got to mix it with water or whatever. So I'm running there. It's a V1 and V2, 2 different pack grow nudes along with their CalMag plus iron supplement to go with that currently. But now that I'm going to be running into flower, I'm going to stick with them, honestly. So they have a full flower line too. It's a bloom. So you get a B1, B2 bloom line with a full tilt and some other late bloom or something that comes with it also. It's like a full line of it. But Floraflex, honestly, they've been killing it. My plants have looked great from the start. I had a little touch of like a mag deficiency in my black maple, which I easily corrected with just giving a little more of the CalMag than the other plants. But I would say, honestly, because I'm surprising how well my plants took the nudes and like how great they worked. And I was really skeptical. And the guy at the grow shop near me, shout out Gabe from Metatron Homegrown, he's like, we use these in our clones here. He's like, this stuff, people don't believe in it. They want to use like the advanced nutrients and all the other shit, but he's like, I'm telling you right now, try this. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. What do I got to lose? I'll try it. And since day one, they have been happy with the line. And I would recommend it to anybody who like looking maybe to change out their nudes. And you know what? It's not even that expensive. That's another thing about them. Like the full line for like veg and the full line for bloom, you get all the packs for like 1 pound bags of each. It's like $30. It's like nothing, And they came out with a brand new grow light, which has been hyped from a lot of people too. It's like I don't know what, I forget what the wattage is on the damn thing, but I know the price on it was like $345 or something. It's super fucking cheap for a full like 4x4 grow light, bar light too. I mean, yeah, they're trying to change the game with making things a little more accessible to people, because as you know, and everyone else who grows here, this shit is an expensive fucking hobby. You know what I mean? It's expensive, I mean, I would have blew my mind when I got the kit, and the kit was like $800, and I was like, what the fuck? But like now I go look, I'm like, that's nothing, because a light for a 4x4, I got the 4x4 tent, is fucking $800. So it's like, that's what I paid for the full kit for the 2x4. Now you're telling me the light for this tent, I gotta pay $800 too? Damn, yo.
Oh yeah, dude. And then depending on like your wattage and shit, it can go up for like $1 a watt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So if you're getting like
absolutely.
1,000 watts, that's $1,000. Like,
Oh,
oh
you get
shit.
1,000. Yeah, you got to worry about the really strong lights, and you got to supplement with CO2 and shit. So now you got to. I would never have known that honestly beforehand, because I've been looking to shopping at lights, because I want to get something nice, because I think maybe I won't get an emo, because I'm looking like right now. I don't know if you've heard of the Mammoth lighting.
Mm-hmm.
They have that brand new one with the emerald green the LEDs in there, the diodes, and they got the emerald green, and they got the deep reds, and the light looks crazy, and people have been raving about it. And so that's nice. The kind makes great lights. Fucking, there's just so many micro, like there's just so much competition out there now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What do you prefer? What are you running on yours?
I got some.
Damn. All right then.
Yeah. So I got some Mars Hydros, 650. I got a Mars Hydro 250. I got the fucking high pressure sodium bulb, fucking 1,000 watt. Got a bunch of got a CO2 tank now set up. We got fucking all kinds of shit. The lights that I'm trying to switch to are, what are they? HLG?
Yep.
Yeah,
Ooh, the
I think
Tomahawk.
the Diablo.
Oh, the Scorpion Diablo.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that is that. When they talk about lights, that's like the one that everybody talks about. Like that's like the top 3 in everybody's list is the Scorpion Diablo
Bro,
from HLG.
dude,
And I was like,
literally,
Jesus, bro. But that's like a $1,400 fucking light, dude. I'm like, damn,
bro,
son.
you missed it, bro. BizCon, they were introducing a newer one, and that's like, what was it? It was 1,150 watts or something like that, and it was like a
Yep.
lot bigger version of the Scorpion, and it like had like this big, yeah, bro, it was gnarly.
What?
Yeah,
oh, look, I gotta look into that, yo.
yeah.
And the HLG's top of the line when it comes to lighting, I gotta say. Like I've done a lot of research trying to figure out what I want to grow, and it's, like I said, they've always been top of every list, every fucking list.
100%. They are worth it. It's one of those buy once, cry once type of things, but yeah,
it's true. But you need something like that will last you forever. That's the whole thing.
yeah.
Those things are they're just great lights that just make great products. Even like their Tomahawk is another one they have that people love. Between that and the Scorpion, I think the Tomahawk's just a little bit cheaper version, but like those 2 lights from them are like top of the line for everybody. Everybody loves it. It's a big rave thing, and I'm all about it. I'm considering. I'm considering it.
100% worth it, bro.
Not the Scorpion, so nice. I can't afford that. I can't.
Bro, I want the Scorpion, bro. No heat. No heat at all, bro. He had that thing cranked on all day. I walked around. That thing was on all day. I came over there, touched it. No heat. Cold.
No way.
Cold.
Ice cold.
Ice cold. And that bitch was cranked all the way on max. Cold.
Oh my gosh.
I got to get me one. Got to get me one.
Okay. That's good to know, because heat's a big thing with these things. It's a lot of people, they won't even put the fucking driver for the lights in there. They put them outside the tent now.
Yeah. Yep.
The whole thing. Like, imagine a light that just stays cold. You don't have to worry about that shit. What? Sign me the fuck up. That's great.
Yes. All right. So, what is this one? Let's see. How do you see your perception of cannabis evolving in the next 5 years with all of the evolution of, like, what is it called? It's not really an evolution. Just we'll just say the science is changing, right?
The science is changing.
Always changing, right? Exactly.
It's always change.
Literally. So how do you feel like the cannabis community is going to evolve in the next 5 years?
Oh, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I think for sure in the next 5 years, you're going to see a lot more growers. I think you're going to start to see a lot more people growing at home as opposed to growing or going to the dispensary. I think in the next 5 years, a lot of the truth is going to come out about what a lot of these big time dispensaries and MSOs and shit like that, like Curaleaf or whatever. Like the truth is going to come out about all that shit. And I think it's going to lead to a big grow movement for just everyone. And I think that's going to change everybody's perception, because it just like vegetables and shit, like It's totally different when you grow your own, right?
100%.
That's like anyone who's ever farmed or anyone who has a garden like knows. And people who don't, and there's the people who can't be bothered are gonna start to realize, like, holy shit, look at all the shit that we're smoking, moldy fucking weed and shit. Like, I think it come to life and walk around the house. I think it's just gonna be way more accepted. You know what I mean? And I think it's gonna start at the grow level. I think a lot of people are gonna start growing it at home instead of buying that shit. And then from there, it's also going to become more accepted. Like, because right now you still have a lot of people who are, with the stigma. A lot of people who still like, oh, but you smell like weed. Bitch, fuck you. You know what I mean? You smell like Percocets and wine. What the fuck you want from me?
I love it. That's such a bro. I'm gonna use that. Do you mind if I steal that?
Please do. Please do.
Fucking kills me. You smell like fucking Percocets and wine. I love it. I love it.
Fuck. That's the shit. Like, that's gotta stop. I think it will be over the next 5 years for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hashtag that shit, Percocets and wine.
And so, like, with the laws ever changing, are you hoping to ever move to the actual radio?
Not unless they're gonna start paying me a lot more than they used to pay me. No. My goal, obviously, is I'd love to be like on some sort of like satellite radio would be cool. Like something where I can't be censored because I'll never survive on the air. As it is.
Yeah.
But like, as far as like the radio, like if you could put me on like XM, like Sirius Radio or something like that, or like some kind of streaming platform, ideally that would be great for me. I do not fit the mold for like a nice radio DJ anymore because my mouth, I don't have control over it. It's got a mind of its own. So I would just be dropping F-bombs all fucking day. And the FCC would have me fined. I'd be broke. That'd be it. And the radio don't pay as it is. So now I'm fucking fucked. But no, I don't think I'd ever go to radio like FM, but I would definitely consider a move to like an XM radio or Sirius. I think that'd be a great fit for the show, to be honest with you. And if I could do that 5 days a week full time, sign me the fuck up. I would rather be doing that than what I do now. Anyways, this is it. This is what I love to do.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. It'd be sick, bro. Dropping tracks all day.
Yeah,
interviewing,
you know what I mean?
High bullshitting.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm trying to make that happen. That's it. That's the goals.
Fucking love it, bro. Well, you're definitely on your way, bro. You're killing it.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
So what personal habit or mindset have you most we'll say a personal habit or mindset that you had to develop to really get to where you're going? Like were you lazy beforehand? You just had to really just keep like, nah, I really want this. Like, what was your driving motivation? You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
I am lazy. I am a procrastinator, but that has never changed. And I am very much the last minute that work well under pressure in that last minute kind of guy. 100%. But I think the one thing that I really had to change about myself, because I cared at the beginning, and this is well before I was even into radio or doing this shit, because I started off my entertainment career as a rapper, right? Yeah. So, but I also I cared too much about what people thought of me. So I had to develop this persona, you know what I mean? That became Peezy in essence, where I tried to appease a crowd. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and I had to learn that I had to be myself for this really to work. And once I stopped giving a fuck what everybody else thought and started trusting my gut and what I thought, that was the game changer for me. Because I knew I could do it, but I was too concerned about what other people think. And I no longer do that anymore because I could give a fuck less. But that's just how it's always been. Now that's, ever since I changed that mindset, I feel more confident too, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. So what advice would you give to anybody who's trying to start their own show? You know what I mean?
This is a good one because I see a lot of this happening. Right. So when I came up in the game, bro, when I jumped into the Instagram community where I started getting introduced to a lot of the growers, it wasn't like it is now. There was a lot more shows from when I first started. So now everybody jumped on. And the thing is, and a lot of people don't realize, is that it's not easy. Like everyone's like, they'll look at you like, oh, he's got the microphone, it's good, it's fucking good to go. Good. No, there's a lot of work. It's a lot of grind. It's a lot of social media management. It's a lot of community building. It's a lot of networking. It's consistency. And if there's one thing I can really tell you, it's consistency. You cannot be inconsistent in this game. You can't say you're going to do a show every fucking Thursday night and then start, skipping Thursdays here and there. You know what I mean? Or it's shit like that, like because you don't feel like doing it that night or you got a fucking bad day. That's not, yes, once in a while, obviously you could do that. You gotta be shit happens, but like if you're just doing it because you're lazy, like you can't, you have to be consistent.
Yeah, I just don't feel like doing the show today, guys. So
yeah, you know what? I had a long day of work. I don't feel like doing it. I tell myself that all the fucking time. I'm like, damn, fucking work sucked today. I wish I could just go home and fucking do nothing. But you know what? That wouldn't happen anyway because I got 2 fucking kids. So I might as well get on the grind, get my shit together, get on the air, and do what I love to do. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And people are waiting for it. People want it, but they want to come. If you got a show, people want to come see, and you're not consistent. The fuck, bro? What a waste! I would kill for to see like to be in half the position half the people are who are so inconsistent. I see it all the time. Just even like I'm browsing on YouTube, I got a bunch of channels I subscribe to, not weed related, but like just other like tech shit. Like these guys who like could be killing it, millions of comments, but like they only post once in a while. They go, "You're crazy, you're crazy." Where where you could be at, you just put like a video a day up, post a day on every platform you have, and you would be so much better off. 2, if you're lucky, that'd be great. If you have any advice, twice a day if you can, but like keep consistent, keep your brand consistent, keep your logo consistent, keep the look of your show, keep your background consistent. Like you don't gotta change that shit up every fucking week. It's not I don't give a fuck if it's Halloween. Like you don't have to decorate your shit. You know what I mean? Like just keep it consistent. People like consistency. People love routine. You keep up that shit and you're gonna go places.
Oh yeah.
And don't say no. Because opportunities come. And don't say no. You might be like, listen, I'm telling you, bro. I see it all the time. Take the risk. Take the risk. You never know what's gonna happen.
Fuck yeah. That's great advice.
Thank you.
I fuck with it.
All right. I feel like I had a graduation speech.
I love it.
Instead of the 70s porno theme, can we put on like the old graduation music? Again.
That's what I got. Don't judge.
No,
I'm working on it.
But it feels like shit's getting freaky up here when the camera goes off. I don't know what's going on, bro, but like smooth lounge 70s, like Ron Burgundy type shit going on.
It's what they got, bro. I'm working on it. What
did you turn on, brother? The old 1970 turntable? Like, what the fuck?
What's that? Send me some stuff. We'll work on it. I got you.
Oh, God. I got you, bro. I said I got a whole library of music for you. You're good.
Too easy. I got you.
Some fresh beats or something.
I got you. Fucking dead. I feel it for you.
My bad.
All right, real quick. Damn, that was bright. Shit.
Oh shit.
What are some long-term goals for the To Be Blunt podcast? Our show. To Be Blunt show.
To Be Blunt show.
And how do you envision its evolution?
Oh man. I mean, long-term goals is kind of like what I said before. I would love to be on a platform that's got more reach, obviously. That's anybody's goal. So like if I could be, like I said, satellite radio would be a great place for me. I have the broadcast background. I already do a radio show. I consider at least one. Sign me up. Sign me up, bitch. Give me a call right here. Call me up. You know what I mean? I'm ready. I'm ready to go. But I would honestly like to take it from YouTube to a bigger platform, obviously. But on top of that, I just honestly, what I would love to see also happen would be to do like a traveling show. Like I would love to do like live, like 2 people on live, but actually like with live audience. Like that would be fucking dope. You know what I mean? Because I'm an entertainer. Like I said, I've always performed for audiences. So like, doing the show in front of a live audience, kind of like a late night talk show.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
fucking dope. I would love that, but still be able to smoke. Like that'd be the whole thing. Like I have to be able to 420 friendly audience, nice ventilation system in the studio, whatever it might be. But like getting out of this room and into something more professional would be fucking dope. Like that's a setting I would love to get to. But also just to keep growing, not just weed, but like just meeting new people, building relationships. I love that shit. I'm a people person. Exactly, Macho. City to city, smoking with the viewers. That would be what I would love. Imagine not having to even book a guest, bro. I could just go city to city every night and have the audience come up like, this is The Price is Right, bro. Come sit down and interview.
This is shit.
And you can just do games for giveaways, and you could do interviews of people talking about fucking whatever the fuck it might be. Like, I feel like this is like be amazing idea, and like that's the fucking goals. That'd be dope. That's what I want to do.
That would definitely be sick as fuck, bro.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Going to a town near you.
Hell yeah. So real quick, we'll wrap this up. If you want, you could shout yourself out, let people know where they can find you.
Word. All right. Yeah. So a question. Oh, here we go.
Oh shit. Question real quick. Too easy.
Where can you get your hat, bro? I collect hats over 300, would love one. This is not my hat, actually. So this is for a band that I know. They're called the Common Kings. They do like a reggae type shit from California. Dope fucking dudes. I got their hat, and that's where this is. So it's actually not a Peezy hat, 2B Blunt hat. But if you do want to find out more about 2B Blunt, including merch, listen, www.2bbluntpodcast.com. That's the number 2, BEBLUNT podcast.com. And you can find all our social media pages there, all our latest YouTube shows there, blogs, everything else. That is the one-stop shop for everything. If you really want to find out more on us. So make sure you do that. And keep tuning in every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We are live. Y'all know the business on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Shout out to my man Don Can, just because my man's in the house, yo. And Don's helped me a lot now too. So I just want to shout out Don and everybody else. I mean, literally, I see some people in here are at my show every week. Every week. Macho, Levels, Can, Double A, Pitts, Levels, Grow Base. I mean, just the first fucking lineup of comments I see are all people I see every week, either on here or on IG. And these are all people I fucking love. These fucking, without them, there's no shows. So shout y'all out.
100%, brother. 100%.
Macho. Oh, yeah. Dig it.
All right. Have you come across any teachers that gave you a hard time in high school?
And they're surprised to see you be successful.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to move the screen.
I know. I actually have never run into any teacher from high school. To be honest with you, I went to like a private high school. My dad was a real fucking strict dude. I went to public school my whole life till like 8th grade. Then my dad telling me I was crazy boy. I was crazy in my younger days. He was like, we need to lock this dude down. They're trying to send me to some private school. And I hated it there. I survived the 4 years. I don't know how I didn't get kicked out because there was plenty of times where I should have been and definitely was threatened to be. But I somehow made it. But I'd never gone back. I never talked to, I never went to a fucking reunion. Nothing. That's God honest truth. You might think I'm crazy, but I don't give a fuck. I made some cool friends there. That's fine. But like, I got no reason to go back. They don't recognize me and my success. They know who I am. They know that. But they don't give a fuck. They honestly, they would probably shun me at this point. So fuck them. You know what I mean? Do I see friends who are surprised to see what I'm doing now? Yes, that happens. But a lot of people also know me my whole life, know I've just been born entertainer, bro. So like it's gonna be something. I was a rapper, I was in a rock band, I was on the radio, I was a pro wrestler, now I do the podcast, now I do the YouTube show. It's you know what I mean? It's that is the evolution. I just love doing this shit.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Well, you have a good rest of your night, brother, and thank
Oh,
you
you too,
again
man.
for coming on.
Oh no,
Fucking
thank you for
honestly.
inviting me and having me on. Your show is dope, bro. I love it. Make sure y'all give my man a fucking like, smash that button, subscribe to his shit, because Ames putting it on every time, every Saturday, hooking y'all up.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Fucking much love, y'all. And as always, stay high, my friends.
Peace.